Good morning, DC Universe. This is your host, OG Devil Dog. We are about to embark on a new how-to video. Now, before we get into this, I get asked all the time, OG, why are you making older content videos? Well, I started at Raging, the newest content that we have at this time, and I have worked my way backwards down the line. And these how-to videos are for everyone. Older players, newer players, and players that are starting alternate accounts. Alright, sometimes you might be looking for a certain feat to get a skill point that you need. Well, skill points are just a piece of the pie that you need to make your character stronger and better. And with that said, you need skill points, artifacts, augments, armor, and your powers. All five of those combined make your character stronger. Alright, with that said, if you are just now joining me on Twitch, thank you for joining me. Be sure to follow me, subscribe to me, and continue liking and viewing my videos. If you are watching this on YouTube, the bottom right hand corner is a white box that says subscribe. If you hover over that real quick, you can subscribe quickly. Now the subscribe button is also under the video on YouTube, and if you click on my profile icon, you can subscribe that way also. While you're on my profile, if you would like to make donations, my Cash App link is there. It is also in the description of this video. So feel free to make donations. And I got some news for everyone. We are at 84 subscribers. We are 16 subscribers away on YouTube to reach 100 subscribers. That is awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being a part of my channel. Thank you for helping my channel grow. All right, without further ado, let's go to the House of Legends. And we are going to go to Thanagar, which is a tier 5. Right over here behind Tempest Fugonaut and click one of these little consoles and go down to tier 5. And we are going to Thanagar. Okay, and what we are doing in Thanagar is a real simple feat. Okay, occasionally you might have to beat up an enemy that attacks you or whatnot and show them who's boss. Sometimes you got to do that. But all in all, you really just don't have to do a whole lot except for find these items. Okay, and what we are doing here in Thanagar, let's look at our deeds. Go to feats, go down to story arcs, and look at episode 36, Metal Part 2. Okay? And it's called Tapestry Takedown. It's a 2-star feat, so it's worth 25 feat points, and that will help you get on your way to a skill point. So let's look at this. I have 211 out of 293. Alright, some of you may think, oh my god, this is impossible, but it's not if you just follow along with my video and kind of work your way through and make a circuit. You will have all 293 in no time. So let's go ahead and begin. And let's get in the air. And do you remember where Sin is or the Golem is? That's where we're starting at. Okay? We're going right over here to the big circle where you get the mission for, I believe it's the Golem. Yes, because Sin is the Martian Manhunter. Golem is Thanagarian Scout. So this is where we're going to start at, okay? So let's fly over to this little wall over here. We got 211 out of 293, so we need 82 more. So look at that. That's what we're doing. We're just taking these little tapestries down. Just flying along. And see how quick they are. I consider this busy work for a feat, but that's okay. We need a little busy work, you know, to kind of let us think about what we're going to do at night or when we run with our leagues or whatever. And so it kind of gives me an idea to come up with ideas for our league. Look at that. Well, I'm getting attacked, so I'm just going to show him who's the boss and go right back to doing what I was doing, taking down these tapestries. So with that said, this is a pretty easy feat. Just fly along, stick with me, and we'll collect them all while we're in here and finish this feat out. In some instances, these feats kind of surprise me. They want you to do X amount one time, and then you get all of them, and then boom, you got another amount to do. And after you kind of worked your way around, found what you were looking for, and then you got to keep on going because it gives you a bigger amount to get. Well, hopefully that is not the case with this tapestry takedown. Right now we are at 293. We're just looking for these little tapestries on the wall, okay? Some of them are dark, some of them they're hard to see. You just have to look. So just fly along and just work your way around the perimeters of some of these little areas here. Yes, I'm getting attacked. I don't care. Oh, now I do, because now he's up on me. Making pay for it. Alright, got that tapestry out of the way. There's one right here. You just want to fly around. And I make a circuit. So, I mean, and that'll lead you back to your mission hub. And they're all over the place. They're real easy to find. Alright, with that said, while we are looking for these tapestries, let's look. I thought there was one. No, that's not. While we're looking for these tapestries, let's talk about something here. We are at 84 subscribers. I am really impressed. We are 16 subscribers away from our first milestone of 100 subscribers on YouTube. That is excellent. Viewers, thank you all. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for helping me grow my channel. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. All of you are awesome. And if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to subscribe. It's absolutely free. All that means is that you are following me as a content creator, and you do not have to spend any money to subscribe. And I know it kind of throws people off. Oh, it says subscribe. Well, subscriptions aren't free. Well, yes, on YouTube they are. It just means that you are following the content creator, just like you would if you were on Facebook or Twitter or other social media sites. It just means that you are following them as a content creator. So feel free to subscribe. You will see my videos before the non-subscribers do. I knew there was a couple back here. That's why I always go here. So just subscribe. It's real easy. Just hit that button. Hit that button and follow me as a content creator. Help me reach that goal of 100. For those of you that are new to my channel and catching up on what I do, a couple of games I do training videos in, okay? And some games I do just for entertainment purposes. And like DC Universe, I do a lot of training videos, okay? On how to complete what feat, this feat, or how to get this skill point or whatnot to help you get up there. Well, all of my training videos are for all players, new and old, okay? For you new players that are working on building your characters, those feat points, those skill points really help you You need skill points, armor, artifacts, augments, and power to make your character stronger. And power, what I mean by that is your special powers, okay? Not just your weapons, but your special powers. You can also have your weapons, alright? Because some people use weapon combos or whatnot. So let's remember that those 5 pieces of the pie make your character stronger. Alright? Together. Not just one or the other. Some people say, oh, skill points are outdated. Well, they are a big piece of the pie. There's 5 pieces of this pie. You got skill points, you have artifacts, you have augments, you have armor, and you have your powers. That's all of that combined is what makes your character stronger and a better character. So with that said, these training how to complete videos that I do are for everyone. You may be trying to finish a feed out you haven't done yet, or got sidetracked and forgot how to do a feat. So my videos teach you how to do it and remind you how to do it. And some people may have other ways of getting these feats, but I'm showing you my way. So whichever way works for you, that's perfectly fine. You know, we are a community that try to help each other for the most part. But with that said, I appreciate the views. I appreciate the likes. I thank y'all so much. Y'all are helping me grow my channel. And without you, my channel will not be successful. And it's only because of the viewers and the subscribers is my channel becoming successful. So we're just kind of looking for these little tapestries while we're flying around and we're talking. But yeah, I'm really impressed that we're almost at our first big milestone of 100 subscribers. And I have a lot of faith that we can reach that. I mean, that's a feat, a little milestone, what I call it, a little feat. And it's pretty cool that my channel is growing like it is. And going back to talking about my different videos, some of them are training videos, like my DC Universe Online, how to complete videos. They are training videos, just teaching you how to do things. And then I have NASCAR Heat 5, which is an old game. And I'm teaching you how to do things in it, but it's also a big entertainment game just to play around with and have fun with. So is my College Football 25, Major League Baseball 24, another one I do. Hog-a-Mini Hunt. That is kind of a training and entertainment also. But another one I'm working on is Assassin's Creed Origins. Okay, playing as Bayek. That is another video series that I'm working on. We are in a new game plus, and what we're doing there is starting at the very beginning of the maps with the new game plus, with our character with all of his armor and everything from the previous playthrough, and we are just going through it, showing you where everything is, and just what to do, and just to have fun. And that's mainly just an entertainment video. So again, not all of my videos are training videos. I do have some that are just for entertainment purposes. And I enjoy making content for my viewers. I really do. I'm just trying to open up different worlds and different games and do different things for my different viewers that have different likes on different games. And so I'm just trying to do a few things different for everyone and not just focus on one game particularly all the time, even though DC Universe is the one that I concentrate on the most, because I do have a lot of solo feats that I just kind of skipped over and to build up my character and to make my character stronger. Now I'm going back and doing these feats that I kind of skipped over in these solo feats, and I'm showing you how I do it and what I do to complete them. And so we're right here back at the sin, and that's all we're doing is finding these silver and dark tapestries and tearing them down. Occasionally we will fight an enemy like now, and occasionally it will give us nth metal that we need for my artifacts that I'm working on. Sometimes they don't. I think the drop rate is like every 10 to 12 minutes for an nth metal drop. As old as this game is, they need to kind of move that drop rate up more. And yes, I do have alternate characters that I farm nth metal with, but it's still a pain in the butt. A drop rate of every 10 to 12 minutes. And if you use an nth metal detector, and you know what I don't like about the nth metal detector, let me explain something here. Okay? Not once in the thousands of nth metal detectors that I have used have I once got a purified nth metal or a refined nth metal. If somebody has gotten one of these purifieds or refines from an nth metal cache, please tell me in the comments if you have, because all I am seeing is the raw and the processed only in these nth metal caches. So where is the treated? Where is the extracted? Where is the processed? Where is the refined? And where is the purified? Big, huge, gigantic question marks there. And I've probably gone through 1,000 of these or better, because I constantly get nth metal detectors and I'm always using them. So, I mean, where is my there's process, there is raw. That's what I get out of the nth metal caches all the time. Not once have I gotten a purified, a refined, a processed, treated, or extracted out of the nth metal cache. If you have, please comment. Please let me know if you have. Alright, so back to the tapestry takedown. Um, when we run at night with my league, while we are searching for the tapestries, when I run at night with my league, we Tuesdays we run a world boss run at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and Saturdays we run an alternate character world boss run where we pick one of our alternate characters and do a world boss run that way. But what I usually do during that time is I pop my, and even the rest of the week when we're running raids and stuff, I pop my nth metal detectors. And again, with those nth metal caches that you get from the nth metal detectors, not once have I seen anything other than raw or processed. I've only seen raw and I've only seen processed. I have not seen purified, refined, treated, or extracted. Where are they, developers? Yes, I understand that they're probably legendary drops or whatnot. I get that. They're rare drops or whatnot. I get it. I get it. We all do. But and all the nth metal caches that I have opened up over the years, not once have I gotten anything other than raw or processed out of it. And some people swear, oh well, yeah, get this and open this and use this detector. And okay, are you getting something other than raw or processed? Because I'm not. I haven't in several years. This game is almost, what, 14, 15 years old? Even when I was on PlayStation 3 playing DC Universe Online, I still didn't get anything besides processed or raw. Okay, I kind of went into a different area here. Not where I normally go, but that's okay. I think I skipped over an area. Sitting here talking. I do that. I get a little distracted and go the opposite direction of where I'm going. But that's alright. Still got me some tapestries to take down. It's still one of my little areas, but I skipped part of my route. Alright, we are just flying along looking for the tapestries. There's one there. Let's go over here. Two more. Yeah, let's go ahead and knock these out real quick while we are here. Oh, sometimes we have to fight these guys. I was trying to make sense of the LFG chat there for a second. That's why I kind of went quiet. I was trying to make sense of that. And there's a reason that my league mates and I, and there's several of us, that stay out of LFG because most of the time it does not make sense. And there's a lot of toxicity and a lot of drama in LFG. And, you know, there's players that just want to play the game, and LFG stands for looking for group. And not the toxicity and the drama and stuff that you see in it all the time. I've been known to occasionally pop in there once in a while, but then, yeah, I kind of stay out of it. If I see somebody I've run with that pops in, I'll pop in and say hi to them or whatnot. But other than that, LFG is just full of so much toxicity. We're here to play the game, not be part of childish drama. And you got a bunch of trolls in LFG that just like to be drama queens. Then you got some that are Karens. Every little thing says they go and run and try to get you banned. A bunch of keyboard warriors. That's what I want to say. A bunch of little keyboard warriors that hide behind their game consoles and talk a lot of trash. Very toxic people. You got quite a few that are not toxic, but then you've got some that just kind of ruin it for everybody. They're not happy, so they don't want nobody else to be happy type of deals. But enough of that. Let's move on and talk about something else. Alright, 84 subscribers. Let's go back to that for a second. Wow, I'm impressed. We are very close to reaching 100 subscribers on YouTube. That is an amazing feat. Awesome sauce, you know? Old school awesome sauce. Alright, hey, we are almost done. And so I'm really hoping that this feat is not one of those feats that, okay, you get this X amount now, and now you have to go back and get more. Okay, whatever. And that's what it kind of annoys the fire out of you when you got feats that do that, but it is what it is. You know, just like the Central City bounties. It started out like 5, 10, 25, 50, went up to 100, 250 it's at now for me, and then from what I heard it goes up to 500. Seriously? That's just more and more and more busy work. But that's what I get for skipping over some of these feats, just to work on other aspects of my character. You know, I made a sacrifice, and a lot of my sacrifices was these single player solo feats to concentrate on my artifacts and my augments and my armor and my powers. And so now that I've caught a lot of them up, I am working on the solo feats that I skipped over. Then I'll go on to the duos and whatever raids I need to finish or whatnot, and just go from there. This game is a lot of fun. It can be a lot of fun, especially when you have groups that run together. Look at that. Tapestry Takedown completely finished. And going back to what I'm saying here, it can be a lot of fun when you are running with a league. Uh, I'm the leader of Easy Company, as most of you already know. And Wolfman is the leader of Crossover Angels. It's like my brother league. We do a lot of runs together every night at 7 p.m. Both of our leagues join up together and just work together and, you know, build up our leagues and stuff and camaraderie on the mics, and we have a lot of fun. So doing a lot of these missions are a lot more fun when you have players that you can work with. Um, then you try to do stuff with randoms, and they don't want to do feats, or they don't want to look for stuff that you need to look for. They just want to hurry up and rush through it and get stuff and get to the bosses and start to do it again. Uh, Man, it gets annoying. So, I mean, when we run together with our league, we're working together to find everything together, and it is so much more fun. And we're always cutting up on our headsets, on our mics, and just having a good time. So with that said, let's go ahead and look and see if this feat jumped up on us. And no, it did not. So that means that we finished it. So this was Tapestry Takedown, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you for liking, thank you for viewing, and thank you for subscribing. Help me on my channel reach 100 subscribers by subscribing to my channel. It is absolutely free. If you want to make donations, my Cash App link is in the description, so feel free to send me a Cash App donation if you would like. So until then, until next time, this is OG Devil Dog, and I will see you in the next episode. Y'all be blessed.